CMF. CMF is the best. The streets is talking, so we talking. The streets is talking, so we are talking. What's up? Make sure y'all subscribe to that YouTube channel, Choice Media Films. Follow us on Instagram, Choice Media Films. Streets is talking, man. That's where you at right now. Sit cast. Sitting down with me. Streets talking. Saxco Band, your host. Alright, bust it. Right now is a big hoop brawl over this interview with Adam22. I think a young man named Blockstar. He got convicted of the murder of Pop Smoke. He served juvenile life for it. That's why he's even home right now to do interviews and to speak about the crime he was convicted guilty of. I watched the whole interview. I'll keep it tall. And I don't follow Adam22. But when I seen who specifically was on there, I watched it because I'm from New York. That was an artist from New York. He was at a high level, made good music. I listen to the music. I like hip-hop music, so listen to good music. So I was interested to actually see what he had to say because there was a lot of unanswered questions with that situation. And when I say unanswered questions, you know how some things have backdrops, some things have stories. Biggie and Tupac, there's a lot of backdrop to that. There's a lot of stories. With Nip, it's a backdrop to that. It's a story. So it was a lot of just that happened and whatnot. So I'm like, I want to check it out because as far as anything else, you didn't get any real information on that situation besides little simple things that we're going to go into. So he's home. He's doing interviews. And a lot of people are saying that he's not remorseful enough. I watched the whole interview. My take on it is, what I took from it, he's who he is. He presented himself. He was asked a question, and I think Adam22 said something like, was he sorry about what happened, or whatever the case may be, and he said, I don't want to quote him, but I got to quote him because we talking about it. I feel like going right now and playing it and bringing it up so I don't say the wrong thing. But he asked him a question about, right, if he was sorry. And he said that, I'm not sorry, but if I could take that night back, I could. Now, I can understand how some people will see that as not being remorseful at all and not being remorseful enough. But like I said, if you watch that interview, he presents himself. He told you who he was, what he was into, and what led up to, you know what I'm saying, that night. That's the small part. My thing is where people are so upset that he's on a platform, he's speaking about it. He put that work in. He got to carry that when he go up there and see God. So if people could rap about work they're not putting in, why can't someone sit here and tell their story if that's their story? If people can make movies about work they didn't put in, why can't the person who did make a movie or speak? Now, when he asked him the question, he said, I'm not sorry, but if I could take the night back, I would. you know. Right there alone is accountability. That's accountability. A lot of the people that are talking is media people too, that listen to his music just like I listen to his music. Biggest hip hop deaths to me was Biggie and Nip. And if I was switching them around, I would say, even though I grew up listening to Big, it was still a big thing when Nip died too. So I had two. You know what I'm saying? But in neither one of those instances did I feel like I took it like, personal. You know what I'm saying? Like personal. Like I was young. I was, you know what I'm saying, a big fan, hard. So when Big passed, I was like, yo, that's crazy. But I ain't take it to where I was like, yo, like, I felt a type of way about California. Or I felt a type of way about the West Coast in general. So those are my two biggest things, you know what I'm saying? So I say a lot of people are talking is like, okay, we all are connected to these people, right? We're connected to these people through music, you know what I'm saying? They motivate us. They give us ideas. They assist us on having a good time, you know? They telling us stories, they relating to us and all that. But at the same time, we paying for a service. They giving us that service. That's where it starts and shit like, you know what I'm saying, kind of stop at, because we have a bad habit in our community of allowing the talented to mean more than us than the people around us. Because all these people are jumping the comments, and all these people have these lines and these platforms and talk about how they don't like what and how son is presenting himself. And I didn't see the other interviews. The interview I seen, in my personal opinion, if we're gonna talk about how he presented himself on that topic, in my personal opinion, I feel like he presented himself not bad. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't being disrespectful, in my opinion. He never spoke about smoking on pop or nothing like that. You know how these rappers sit here and talk about their, you know what I'm saying, they ops they might have not even killed, and they'll get on camera and say they smoking on them, and they'll get on camera and disrespect people they haven't even killed. He didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do that. He said the story, he answered the questions, and that's pretty much where it started and where it stopped at. So when we get to the point where we are really looking at the talented and holding the talented here and there, what about something that killed your man? What about something that smacked your sister? What about something that stole your bike? What about something that just, you know what I'm saying, barked on the old lady walking down the block and scared her to the other side of the street? What about, you know what I'm saying? But you got the energy for the person in a situation that personally has nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is where I bring it back to, because everything come around. So I'm like to split right now. CMF, we the best. Streets is talking. You know what I'm saying? Listen, streets is talking. Everybody else, respectfully, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on with a lot of people talking about things they're not even close to educated about or close to being knowledgeable about. There's a lot of that shit going on. Motherfuckers just grabbing these shits right here and they just opinionated. Yeah, I got an opinion, but certain things is facts too that I'm gonna speak. And I'm gonna speak more facts than I'm gonna speak opinions. Straight up. So tune in. YouTube, Choice Media Films. bust this. With all due respect, that young man was already making a nice money for the people who owned him, who he was signed to for himself, not owned him, who he was signed to his recording contracts and things like that. These labels are to blame, I feel like, in a part of certain things that happen. Hopefully, he's not signed to that label, I don't know the name, but there's a label out there that's, and labels out there that's taking out insurance, you know what I'm saying, on these artists. How dare you take out insurance on me and you don't provide me with the proper security? He was the man when he passed. Facts. I told you I'm going to speak facts on this, you know what I'm saying, joint right here. Sean was the man. He was going and he was going to stay because, in my opinion, he had the formula to make what is music. All that other stuff don't matter. If it's hot, it's going to rock because that's what it boils down to in the music business. If we see in business right now, you see why Bronny James got him a spot on the Lakers? Because Bronny James is a brand. His father made sure that he made that name, James, that's attached to him, a brand. Not, it's so big that he just bust that move. So he was a brand. He was going and going to keep going up because he had the product to keep supplying the people. So how are they not supplying him with a certain level of security? This also, for all that's out here who want to play these games, you know what I'm saying? Who want to bear the last name. Do your homework and do your research. Because ain't where you from, is where you at. Remember that. At all times. If you know anything about California, you know what I'm saying? And if you outside, study and learn, my man. Study and learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, study and learn. Like, we sat around, we watch movies. This is all while we outside. So at the same time, we picking up game from everywhere. You need to be, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be an ill basketball player, you need to be watching all the basketball players around the world. You got YouTube, you got the internet now. Tap in and see how their game is over there. See how their game is over there. See how their game is over there. And that's how I was when I was a young kid and I was on, you know, different type of timing. If I see something that was, you know what I'm saying, that involved the thing that caught my attention at that time, I was paying close attention to it, highly attention to it. I sit there and watch it on TV. I might read it in a book. I might read it in a magazine. You know what I'm saying? If they got the DVDs, I'm going to get them. They got the type of music, I'm going to get them. I'm going to get all that information because this is what I'm striving to, you know what I'm saying, step towards. It's common knowledge. Los Angeles is the home of house invasions. They've been doing that. That's what they do. Flocking is what goes on. You know what I'm saying? So, being that your top artist is going to the home of flocking, how? And even for you as, you know what I'm saying, your man, yo, we going so-and-so? All right, well, we got to make sure so-and-so because, you know, out there, bro, they into this and that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who you are. It don't matter where we from. It matter where we at. So, let's, you know what I'm saying, situate ourselves correctly so that we could be, you know, aware for things that we couldn't be aware for. That didn't take place. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't taking place. There should have been no reason why anybody was even able to get to this young man. Number two, not blaming anything on anybody. But at the same time, that photo that was taken, you gotta know. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know. It's music and then it's real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what nobody should do. at all, at any time. But believe you me, when them videos go up, certain videos, and this is 99% of the time, this is just how I am. I already did that, got past it, enjoyed it. Everybody got home safe. The whatever was put up in that video has been completed and all that. Because you have to always know that it's real. It's entertainment, and then it's real life. So we have to move like we in real life, especially if you certain places, because it's not where you from, it's where you at. It boils down to those like highly factors. So knowing that you go into the home of that is no reason why certain things should not have been situated certain ways. You got to be responsible for yourself. And when you got brothers that's close to you, make sure that them brothers is going to act like they going, you know what I'm saying, and be actually responsible for you too. No, karma is real. You know what I'm saying? Karma is real. So when you're projecting a certain energy, know it's a high chance, a very high chance. The reward you're getting, you know what they say? It's no what? It's no risk without reward. I mean, you can feel how you can feel, whatever the case may be. Some people got different opinions. I believe in karma. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say this. Let's deal with the actual and let's deal with the factual. So at the same time, while we judge, we have to at the same time say, okay, was these same people that's now in these blogs, these media people that's now in these blogs, scorning the young man for telling his story and judging the young man for telling his story, or y'all people, or do y'all people pull these young brothers up when they pop up in these offices with these hit records that's, you know what I'm saying, so close, sometimes the exact situation that's taking place in a community that's negative and leading to death and all that? Do y'all tell them, okay, yeah, this is hot, but you know, I think we should go this direction with it because, you know, this is gonna, you know, it's a fact it's gonna lead there. Cause check it out. Look at this artist, you see where that led. Look at that artist, you see where that led. Look at this person, you see where that led. So maybe let's, you know, maybe wean a little away from that and, you know, get over here. Or do y'all just say, okay, it's jumping, you know what I'm saying, it's moving, okay, let's get on the bandwagon and get the money out of it. And that's what's going on. And then when everything comes down and everything boils down, everybody is saying this and everybody is saying that. But at the same time, y'all are not pulling these kids up, you know what I'm saying? And really like, yo, y'all funding the jams. Y'all funding the jams. Y'all are funding the jams. The labels are funding the jams. Management companies sometimes funding the jams. And there's nothing wrong with it because it's business, straight up. I'm in the business, so I know how business works. I'm not saying anything is wrong with the way that business works. That's business. Business is about making money. It's not about right. It's not about wrong. That's a different argument. So within business, I feel like that young man should have been protected by the people who are making money off of him. And all artists, these young artists that's going through this and these things that happen to them when they're generating millions of dollars, they should have security, a certain level of security where this is not even, some of these things are avoidable. That death certificate game, y'all young artists out here, y'all better get hip to what these people are doing. Y'all better get hip to what these people are doing. part itself, life insurance. I mean, not definitely for life insurance. But shit, I guess if you sign a record deal and the person take life insurance out on you, you basically signed your death certificate. So let's start pulling these young brothers up and telling them things like that. Like, yo, the jewels and all that is nice, but let's get the security right. All right, you spent 80 on your neck, that truck bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got vests and stuff like that. You got licensed armed security that when y'all get pulled over, they're allowed to have these firearms and stuff like that. Because simple like that, things like that could provide things like that. And this is how, you know what I'm saying, it's coming around. They got 80 on the neck, 100 on the wrist. You know what I mean? It's real out here. Shit, I know my peoples that's doing things like that. That ain't a lot of money. That's worth more than your life, though. I guess, because you spending that on that and you ain't protecting your life. Really start, especially if you on a certain type of time. Like I said, it's business. And there ain't no right and wrong in business. It's about making money. So if you are going to be on that time and you are going to stay on that time, protect yourself at its least. Young artist just passed away after his party. That's another artist had a opening for a hair salon, passes away. But guess what's in coincidence with all these people? And guess what's coincidence with all this going on? It's like, oh, it's crazy. This person, this artist, this young artist, this young artist, this young artist, this young artist. Well, like this in the dead, y'all wildin'. Y'all wildin'. Because after that, it don't matter if he even wanted to belong to it. He belonged to him when he got here. But definitely after that, them people ain't even in the game no more. They ain't in the game no more. They with the higher. How you gonna disrespect that? And not expect that. That right there is something I feel like could be taken out of drill music. Aside from that, I'm going to keep it solid. I don't think the genre is bad because the kids could be actually totally doing what they're rapping about. Instead of rapping about it and trying to get out of it and at least finding a way. They could totally still be doing that same thing and not even exploring music. So I'm not one of them people who be like, oh, think drill rappers need to totally go. That's the youth. When Wu-Tang and all that, Mobb Deep and Jay-Z and Nas and all that, my parents wasn't like, oh yeah, no, they saying the same, what the heck is that? Because they were on Rakim, Run DMC, Marley Marl, Slick Rick. So that's a new generation. That's a new sound. You know what I mean? We need to more or less understand it so we can understand our kids. And when I say understand it, understand and watch what your kids are listening to. Watch their postures. Watch what they do with their fingers. Watch what they do with their fingers and pictures. Because you could pick up on something a long time before something is going on by just watching your child and watching certain things they do. You know what I'm saying? So when you're watching certain things they do and you pull them up on it, at its least you're aware and they're aware that you're aware of this now. So if it needs to be addressed or if it needs to be changed, then that's the next step. But sometimes it goes to where a parent they don't even understand and know like, oh, that my child was doing this the whole time, and that meant that. But you know what I mean? If you, and I'm not saying, oh, you're supposed to just go and start listening to me, but try to find a way if you got children to stay in tune, because they get caught up and they getting, and with the music thing, they're getting sucked up by these big monster companies who don't really care about them, and they're giving this little bit of change, and they're getting these life insurance on these kids, and it's over. I just seen an interview where K Flock mom was saying the same thing. Oh, my son signed a contract without me. He was like 17, or he just turned 18 or something like that. She was saying like I didn't hear about none of that. Like she was, kind of tight about it, and because I'm sure it's funny things going on. But what do you, like she said, why are you even dealing with this kid without his mother? So you gotta know where these people is at, know what they're going for, and we gotta start protecting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like protection should be the thing that's really highlighted when speaking about what happened to that young man, because that's really why that happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was properly protected, them people wouldn't have been able to enter that home, and that wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of failed missions, but when a mission is complete, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to tap in, let y'all know the streets is talking, so we talking. CMF, follow us on YouTube, Choice Media Films. We got new interviews coming up. They're gonna be lit. We about to get up with Smacks. We about to get up with my man Yada Racks. We about to get up with a lot of people. So just stay tuned and tap in. 200.